Long, long ago, in the heart of a vast and peaceful kingdom called Aranya, there lived a young boy named Vaden. His village, nestled between emerald green hills and meadows bursting with wildflowers, was known for its simple people and their deep connection to the forest that surrounded them. Vaden was only 12 summers old, yet he was known for his boundless curiosity. He asked questions about the stars, the rivers, the winds, and the trees. While other children played games near the fields, Vaden would wander under the dense canopy of the forest, his eyes wide with wonder. The forest, however, was not just a place of beauty. The elders spoke of sacred rules. "Do not venture past the 3 stones," they warned. Beyond them lied the old forest, where the trees whisper and time forgets itself. Vaden, of course, was fascinated. One late afternoon, while helping his grandmother gather herbs, he noticed something peculiar. A small blue bird perched on a low branch, singing a tune he had never heard. It chirped once, fluttered its wings, and flew deeper into the woods. Without thinking, Vaden followed it. The trees grew thicker, the light dimmed, the air turned still. After some time, he came upon 3 ancient stones arranged in a row. Moss covered their faces. They were taller than him and seemed to hum faintly. "This must be the border of the old forest," he whispered. The bluebird sat on the top of the middle stone, tilted its head, and flew beyond. Vaden hesitated, but curiosity tugged at his heart stronger than fear. He stepped over the stones. The air changed. Inside the old forest, the trees were enormous. Their roots curled like sleeping serpents, and their branches seemed to touch the sky. Leaves rustled even though no wind blew. As he walked, Vaden thought he heard faint murmurs, like voices carried in the breeze. Eventually, he reached a clearing where an enormous tree stood alone. Its trunk was wide as a house, and its bark was silver gray. The tree's leaves shimmered like emeralds in sunlight, even though dusk had fallen. He had found the whispering tree, Vaden said, a gentle voice. The boy froze. "Who's there?" "It is I," said the voice again. "The one you sought." "The tree?" Vaden gasped. "Yes," said the tree kindly. "Few have the courage to come this far. Fewer still come with a heart so full of wonder." Vaden stepped closer. "Why do the elders fear this place?" "Because long ago," the tree replied, "men stopped listening to the forest. They feared what they could not control. But those with open hearts can still hear us." Vaden sat at the base of the tree. "Can you tell me a story?" The whispering tree chuckled, its leaves trembling softly. "Very well. Let me tell you a story from before the rivers remembered their names. The tale of Aura, the firekeeper in the earliest days. Before kings and cities, there lived a young girl named Aura in the highlands of the east. Her people were wanderers following the rhythm of the earth, never staying in one place too long. Aura's duty was to tend to the sacred flame, a fire that was said to have been gifted by the Sky Father himself. The flame was not allowed to die, for it warmed the people, cooked their food, and lit their nights. One day, a great storm struck. Winds howled, rains fell, 4 days, and lightning split trees like matchsticks. When it passed, the people found their sacred flame had gone cold. Panic spread. Without fire, they could not survive the mountains' chill. The elders whispered of an ancient legend, that deep within the cave of echoes burned the first flame, hidden by time. None dared to go. The path was dangerous, and the cave was guarded by riddles. But Aura stepped forward. "I will go," she said. She carried nothing but a hollowed horn to capture the fire, a satchel of dried berries, and her courage. For 7 days, Aura journeyed. She crossed rope bridges swaying above chasms, crept past sleeping snow leopards, and climbed cliffs that kissed the clouds. On the 8th day, she reached the Cave of Echoes. Inside, her voice bounced back at her. But it was not just her voice. Others spoke to. The cave whispered riddles. What burns bright but leaves no ash? What warms hearts but cannot be held? Aura thought deeply. Then she spoke. Hope. The cave trembled, and then a soft glow appeared deeper inside. She walked towards it and found a flame, floating midder blue and gold, pulsing gently. She knelt and held out the horn. The flame danced in, glowing bright. When Ara returned, her people wept with joy. The first flame now burned in their village, stronger than before. From that day, Ara was called the firekeeper of the East. The whispering tree paused. Vaden looked up. What happened to Ara? She grew old, the tree replied. But the flame she brought back never died, and the people learned to protect what they had nearly lost. Vaden smiled. That's a good story. The tree's branches swayed gently. You, too, are a firekeeper, Vaden. Not of flames, but of questions. Never stop wondering. Never stop listening. The sky had darkened. Stars peeked through the canopy. It's time for you to return, said the tree. But will I see you again? Perhaps when your heart is full and the world grows quiet, you may hear me again. Vaden stood, gave a small bow, and retraced his steps. When he crossed the 3 stones, the forest seemed warmer, gentler. The bluebird flew above him, chirping happily. His grandmother found him sitting outside the hut, smiling to himself. Where have you been, little wanderer? She asked. I was listening, he said. She raised an eyebrow but said nothing. That night, Vaden dreamed of silver trees and blue flames. And though he never spoke of the whispering tree to others, he began telling stories of Ara, the firekeeper, to the children of the village. And somewhere, deep in the forest, the ancient tree listened and smiled. Moral of the story: curiosity and courage can lead to great wisdom. Even in silence, the world speaks to those who choose to listen.